sat here in your beautiful garden. Tell me about this house.
I originally bought the old farmhouse here the year after Seymour Business won the Gold Cup. I thought I'd invest some of the money in that. There's an old stone farmhouse there, but it was never a house that would have been a social house where you could bring owners, or it was literally an old stone farmhouse. And I came back from Punchestown one year and ran my friend Pete Dunford, builder, and said, what chance have we got building a new house that would be more livable in and also a sociable house, to go along with the business? He said, we've probably got no chance, but let's put something together. So we planned this house, got a very good architect, and I think if I remember rightly, we put planning permission in, and within 6 weeks, we were given permission. The terms were, once I built this, I had to immediately knock the old house down, which is now where the garages are, and I got this wonderful house. So everything I've ever earned, I've always played back into this house. And it's a wonderful home, wonderful gardens. Along with this now, the house here, I've got 50 acres with it, which is ideal. I can turn horses out. I've got a lovely school, and it works great as a second yard. There's 60 boxes here, so it's you could nearly train 60 horses here in one day if you wanted to, completely separate from anything else. It's a really nice setup. It's a really lovely home. I think it was 1989. I got kicked. I was actually riding out, obviously riding at David Barron's. It was in the day that we had the summer off, when there was no race in June and July, so your weight spiraled, and I remember I was about 12.5 stone as normal at the end of that summer, so you spend 3 months starving and trying to get the weight off. We were doing road work down there, and I was actually riding a horse called Topsham Bay, who many people know won a couple of Whitbread Gold Cups, and he was a bit of a bull, and I was leading the string, and we turned around at the bottom of the road to trot back up a hill, and I was at the back of the string then. He decided he wanted to be at the front. So went past the whole string, and one of the horses let fly and kicked me, and I broke my leg. Broke my fib and tib, and that was the end really. I was in hospital for a little while. Took 12 months to get over that, and by then there was no way I was going to ride again. So basically 89 I packed up riding and spent 3 years as assistant trainer to David and Jenny Barron's. I rode for 10 years, and I was lucky to ride some nice winners on Broadheath and Play School, and I probably having left school with nothing and managed to scrape together about £8,000–10,000 to start training with. So what I had then, I ploughed everything into training. I was with the Barons until 1991 when Seagram won the Grand National. Once he'd won the National, I thought I need to do this myself. I was completely hooked on the training side of it, which I was always more interested in, even when I was riding, to be honest with you. And there was an advert in the Racing Post one Saturday morning, Mr. Barber, late Paul Barber, advertising for a trainer. He set up a small yard here. I think at the time there was 20 boxes, and so I rang him up, and I remember him saying, "What kept you?" I said, "Well, they only saw the advert about an hour ago," and I came up next day and I had an interview with Paul, and within a week it was all signed and sealed, and I was going to start up here, and I've been in Ditchit ever since 1991.
There's a wonderful statue of Kauto Star. Tell us a little bit about the influence that Kauto's had on you, and the fact that there's one horse in your garden and it is Kauto Star.
He was obviously one of a number of wonderful horses that was out to train, but you can argue all the time which was the best, but he probably was a horse of a lifetime. And he won 16 Grade 1s, 2 Gold Cups, 5 King Georges, Tingle Creeks, Betfair Chases. He won everything, and he was the best horse at one season, 2, 2.5 and 3 1/4. Horses like that don't come along very often, and there'll probably be, I'll never train another one like him. He'll keep striving, but he was just a wonderful horse. He was a public horse, and he kept on. He was winning when he was 4, and he was still winning when he was 11 going on 12. The longevity of him was amazing, and he was just a very, very special horse.
Paul, when you're not training, what do you do? What have you done over the summer to chill out?
This summer, and Nan and I haven't been away on holiday. Everyone else is on holiday. We've been about here all the time because there's so much to do. Sales to go to, gallops to sort out, horses to look at. It seems I like being here, especially with the, as you can see from the garden, enjoy that. It's just been a hobby I've had for a long, long time, from when I was down in Devon, really. And if you've got a nice house, I want to have a nice garden, and I've just put a lot of time and effort with people obviously to help me to get what is a wonderful garden. And there's nothing better than walking around at night with a gin and tonic and just if you've had a bad day, go and sit down in the bottom of the garden and mull over it. But just chill and enjoy it, and I enjoy friends and family coming and looking at it, enjoying it as well. And I don't know, it's just one of those things I just really, really enjoy.
A little birdie told me that there's a particular vegetable that you're slightly obsessive about. What would that be?
That's Megan telling you I like cooking runner beans, that's right. No, well, I've got a lovely vegetable garden down there. I've got some asparagus beds. Well, they've done really well, but that's sort of run now and then. We're into runner beans now, and yeah, I enjoy eating runner beans, so I made sure I grow plenty. Feed them well and keep growing, and yeah, it's just one of the things I enjoy doing. But I don't have enough time for it really, so you need someone good to help you with all of that.
The same little bird told me you're quite good at water skiing. Is this true?
I used to be able to water ski quite well. Now we're talking about a long time ago when I was riding. I've not water skied now for years and years and years. It was something I used to enjoy. And that again would be Megan. I put her to show one day, but that was a long, long time ago. Other than that, I like being here during the summer and recently took up shooting the last 5 or 6 years. As much as a social thing with, you know, owners and friends, and yeah, have some great days with that. I really enjoy that. I love deep sea fishing whenever I can have time. But to be honest with you, go clay pigeon shooting from time to time, but there's not a lot of time. You know, you're always, even in the closest time, you're dealing with people or dealing with problems, always got something to deal with. So you've got to, you know, it's a 24/7. You want to be successful and stay at the top. You can't sit down and let it all go away. You've got to work hard, and there's not too much time to be doing nothing, as it were.
Now that your daughters are grown up, how do you sort of balance being a father with your training career?
Well, I see them a lot more now than when I was, you know, when they were younger. You know, when they were at school or doing other things, you know, they were always busy and I was always busy. You haven't got the time, but now I see them an awful lot. Olive now works for me, which is, you know, great that she comes as people's assistant, so I see her all the time. Megan comes down whenever she can, see Megan a lot, and obviously watch Megan a lot and see what she's doing. Very proud of what they're both achieving. And Zara, she does a lot of show jumping. Again, it's frustrating because I don't get time to go and watch her really, but I get a video from her every night when she's show jumping. She comes down, she rode out the other day. So it's great to follow their careers, and, you know, and now they've got older, it's a lot easier to see them. So I'm proud of all of them, you know, and they've done very, very well. I think I'm more nervous watching her, you know, like when she presented for the first time the other day at Yarmouth. For her, you know, and yeah, I'm nervous because you want to see her do it right. But I know full well she does her homework, she does a lot of work, and she's getting better and better all the time. And the improvement from Yarmouth to when she was at Wolverhampton last week, she was so much better with that little bit of confidence. So, yeah, no, she does a good job, and I'm very proud of her.